Before you export food products to Germany, know this. Welcome back to Trade Insights with Edwin. Here, we talk about African business, export, diaspora entrepreneurship, and how to build beyond borders. Today, let's talk about something many African entrepreneurs dream about: exporting food products from Africa to Europe, and more specifically, exporting food products to Germany. Now, let's be honest. When many people think about export, they imagine one beautiful moment. You package your product, put it in a container, send it to Europe, and boom, customers start buying. I wish it was that simple. But export is not just movement. Export is not just shipping. Export is not just my uncle knows someone in Hamburg. Export is structure. And if you want to export food products from Africa to Germany, you must understand this clearly. The product may be good, but Germany is not only buying taste. Germany is buying trust. Germany is buying safety. Germany is buying consistency. Germany is buying documentation. Germany is buying confidence. Because food is sensitive. People eat it. Families eat it. Children eat it. Restaurants use it. Shops resell it. So the system is strict for a reason. And this is where many African exporters make their first mistake. They start with the buyer before they fix the product. They say, "Edwin, can you help me find buyers in Germany?" Then I ask, "Okay, what are you selling?" They say, "Spices." Good. Then I ask, "Do you have proper packaging?" They say, "We are working on it." I ask, "Do you have labels?" They say, "Not yet." I ask, "Do you know the ingredients, expiry date, batch number, producer details, storage instructions, and import requirements?" Then the conversation becomes quiet. And that is the problem. You cannot be looking for serious buyers when the product itself is not ready for a serious market. Let me say it like this. In many African markets, people may buy because they know you. In Europe, people buy because they can verify you. That is a big difference. A shop owner in Germany does not want problems with customers, customs, health authorities, or product complaints. They want products they can trust. So before you export food products to Germany, you need to think beyond taste. Taste can open the door, but structure keeps the door open. Let's use a simple example. Maybe you produce pepper sauce in Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Kenya, or Senegal. The sauce is delicious. Everybody who tastes it says, "Wow, this is powerful, good." But now ask yourself, can the bottle survive transport? Is the seal strong? Is the label clear? Does it show the ingredients? Does it show allergens if needed? Does it show expiry date? Does it show batch number? Does it show who produced it? Does it look professional enough to sit on a shelf in Germany? Can someone who does not know your culture understand what the product is and how to use it? Because that last question is important. Sometimes African products are packaged only for Africans who already know the product. But if you want to grow in Europe, you must also help new customers understand what they are buying. If someone sees your product for the first time, they should not be confused. They should be curious. There is a difference. Confusion stops sales. Curiosity creates sales. So your job is to make your product clear, attractive, and trustworthy. Now, another thing many exporters underestimate is consistency. A buyer may test your product once. They may like it. But can you supply the same quality again? Can you deliver on time? Can you produce the same taste, same size, same packaging, same standard again and again? Because export is not only about the first order. The real business is repeat orders. One order is excitement. Repeat orders are business. And Germany loves consistency. If you say the carton contains 24 bottles, it should contain 24 bottles. If you say delivery takes 4 weeks, it should not suddenly become 8 weeks without communication. If you say the product weighs 500 grams, it should not be 430 grams today and 520 grams tomorrow. Small things matter. Because in international trade, small mistakes can become expensive mistakes. Another thing, documentation. I know documentation is not the exciting part. Nobody wakes up dancing because of paperwork. But in export, paperwork is part of the product. Your invoice matters. Your packing list matters. Your certificate may matter depending on the product. Your customs documents matter. Your product information matters. Your traceability matters. Your communication with the importer matters. If the document is wrong, the product can be delayed. If the product is delayed, the buyer can lose money. If the buyer loses money, trust is broken. And once trust is broken in export, it is not easy to repair. This is why I tell African exporters, do not rush to ship. Prepare to export. There is a difference. Shipping is sending goods. Exporting is building a system that can move goods professionally, legally, safely, and repeatedly. And this is where Export Boss comes in. Export Boss is about helping entrepreneurs understand export readiness before they enter serious markets. Because many people want international buyers, but they are not yet internationally prepared. And preparation is not an insult. It is a business advantage. If you prepare well, you negotiate better, you price better, you package better, you communicate better, you avoid mistakes, you protect your brand. Now, if you are in Africa and you want to export food products to Germany, here is the mindset I want you to have. Do not ask first, who will buy my product? Ask first, is my product ready to be trusted? That question will change everything. It will make you look at your packaging differently. It will make you look at your label differently. It will make you look at your pricing differently. It will make you look at your supplier relationships differently. It will make you take documentation seriously. It will make you stop treating export like a lucky opportunity and start treating it like a business system. And if you are in Germany or Europe and you want to import African food products, this also applies to you. Do not buy only because the product looks interesting. Ask questions. Who produced it? Can they supply consistently? Is the packaging good? Is the product information clear? Can it meet the requirements for the market? Is there a reliable communication channel? Because importers also carry risk. If something goes wrong, it is not only the exporter who suffers. The importer suffers too. That is why the relationship between exporter and importer must be built on trust, clarity, and structure. Now, let me make this practical. African food products have huge potential in Europe. Look at the diaspora market. Look at Afro shops. Look at African restaurants. Look at food festivals. Look at online grocery platforms. Look at the growing interest in authentic global food. There is demand. But demand alone does not build trade. Structure builds trade. We need better packaging, better labeling, better branding, better compliance awareness, better logistics planning, better storytelling, better market access, and better platforms that connect African sellers with buyers in Europe. That is one reason Trade Africa exists. Trade Africa is being built to connect African products, African businesses, diaspora entrepreneurs, Afro shops, and European buyers in a more structured way. Not just buying and selling randomly, but building a more trusted bridge between Africa and Europe. So if you are an African producer, exporter, Afro shop owner, restaurant owner, diaspora entrepreneur, or importer in Europe, Trade Africa is a platform to connect with. And if you are still learning how export works, follow Export Boss, because export is not magic. It is a skill, and skills can be learned. So here's the message for today. Before you export food products to Germany, do not only ask, who can buy? Ask, am I ready? Is my product ready? Is my packaging ready? Is my label ready? Is my documentation ready? Is my supply ready? Is my communication ready? Is my brand ready? Because Germany has customers. Africa has products. But between the two, we need trust, structure, and readiness. Thank you for staying with me on this episode. I am Edwin, and until next time, build smarter, trade better, and grow beyond borders.